Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting day in the crypto markets. And we're going to be covering PulseChain because I think it's getting ready to rocket. It's going to be really awesome to see, and because you guys have to be here at the right time, right place for that. We had huge performance on the stock market overnight. Crypto pulled back a little bit, but we get a little bit of manipulation in the markets. Not surprising, especially after having a little rally there as well. And yeah, we're going to get into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be profiling Michi, Richard Hart's dog, meme coin. Michi is awesome, and man, the community is pretty exciting as well. I really love the team that is running that. So we're going to check it out. I think it's got some pretty bullish fundamentals. We're going to check that out later on in the show in the second half. So check that. It's going to be cool. Michi. And of course, who doesn't love cute dogs? And I think it's something that was really close to Richard's heart. So it has that real human appeal about it. So we're going to check out Michi later on. Stay tuned for that. Now, if you are new to the channel, of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, that good stuff. And if you're on X, don't forget to repost the show on X. I've just posted the link in the chat, so repost that out as well. That really helps a lot. So if you're on YouTube, share. If you're on X, share that around also. So we also had another big thing, right? What is it? PulseChain's second birthday is today. And of course, we were here right at the turn of midnight. Of course, we're at the front of the world in terms of time here. And exactly on midnight, when it turned over to the 13th of May, I posted out a really cool post about the second birthday. So we're going to check that out too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, get into the chat there as well. Make it lively. And yeah, like I say, share on X, and get out there, spread the word. All right, so let's quickly, without further ado, we've got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna really get into it now. Let's go here on X. And here we've got happy second birthday, PulseChain. New Zealand is the first to celebrate. Feels so good in a party time, and we had a good time posting that last night. So big shout out to everybody as well. I did put out a new post, a welcoming post. So if you're not on X, definitely share that around. So that is the Crypto Night show there, and of course a nice introduction to myself and to what's on the show there. So I got Hi Superman, a 12-year crypto OG and host of the Crypto Night show, bringing you daily alpha and community vibes. The show reveals the secrets to finding the next big crypto winner. Learn everything about crypto, decentralized finance, and trading across multiple blockchains, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and PulseChain. Join our live shows at 8 p.m. Eastern daily for insider insights and PulseChain updates. And of course, why follow us? 14,000 plus subscribers across multiple channels. Connect with founders, influencers, and 35,000 crypto enthusiasts. Exclusive crypto alpha, economics, politics, news, and strategies for epic gains. And of course, the socials there, you can get in on all that, right? So the Crypto Night show you can follow on X, Telegram groups. We have a free Telegram group. And of course, also catch us on here on YouTube. We've got multiple channels, of course. That is the Crypto Night show link there. And of course, you can get into our Discord as well. We've got the Strategy Club, which is awesome. And we've got the community memberships as well, and pretty well priced at $35 and $12.50 respectively. You can check on that in the video description. People are the end game. Let's build a shining crypto on a crypto community together, and I think that's the real ethos, right? People really matter, but of course we're in crypto, so we love mad gains as well. So if we can combine those two together, we got the magic sauce there, and it's really the heart of what we do on this channel. So that's brought to you by the Crypto Night show. So there we go. And looks like we have 1,100 views on that already since last night. So looking very, very good indeed. So if you want to repost that would be very, very, very nice indeed. And yeah, get out there and get people to join up to our community. That's all we can say about that. So the Crypto Night. Let's type that in, Crypto Night show. And share it around. As you guys know, we are looking to grow because the bull market is ahead. And we want to shine and contribute to that. So it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Let me just post that in the chat here. And don't forget on X to share that around. That would be really, really helpful there. All right, nice. All right, so let's get into a couple of comments in the house there. We've got Diamond Hands with the eyes. You got two different eyes. You got two different eyes there, Diamond Hands. I like it. We got Valiant Loki in the house there. Greetings, happy birthday, Pulsekins. 100%, the second year birthday. PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023, and here we are 2 years later, and a second birthday is kind of cool. Wookie says, Wookie is a monster. You are indeed, from another galaxy as well. Hence the Wookie. Good to see you, Wookie, as always. All right, so without further ado, let's get into some of the news here. I've got some news coming up, and what do we got there? We've got some news here. I had a post here from Travis I was going to post, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes, it was. That's right, Binance. We're going to talk about that later on, though. Let's talk about that later on. Let's get into the stock market, and we had some pretty good results, of course. I posted this out on the Strategy Club in Discord, and also a comment on X as well. And that was that the stock market was opening up at 3%. It had 3% on the futures last night, and it has delivered. It has delivered. So Dow racks up 1,100 points gain as the U.S.-China trade deal comes out. We had a lot more details come out right over the night. And, of course, we had the Dow Jones up 2.8%. Is that awesome? That is awesome. 1,160 points. Unbelievable. The 42,410 on the Dow Jones. Remember, the Dow Jones is the top 30 industrials there. S&P 500 is up 3.25%. Amazing on stock market. 184 points to 5,844. And the NASDAQ up a whopping, get this, this is huge for the stock market. So when we get excited about it, it's a pretty big day for stock market. 4.35%. That's huge on the tech market. And, of course, that's 780 points to 18,708. So, I don't know, what's your 401ks or something in the United States? Well, they're up. So that's good news for your retirement, well, at least if you're retired today, I guess. We got the dollar index at the moment is climbing as well. So the US dollars get strengthening on these trade deals. And we're up at 101. It's down slightly today, but we're pretty much at 101.5 versus the trading partners for America. So US dollar getting, appreciating, showing some signs of strength. Now, the commodities at the moment, West Texas is at $62, just under $62, and Brent oil is just below $65. And, of course, Trump has pulled those oil prices down. In fact, he's actually pulling down quite a few prices, which is counterintuitive to a lot of people with the tariffs, right? But a lot of major prices are coming down in different commodities. So that's a pretty big deal there too. Gold at the moment is up 0.5%, over 0.5%, and up $18 to $3,246. And silver is up 0.5% at 17 cents to $32.80. So that's what's happening in the commodities. Now, why is it good to follow the stock market and commodities? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but obviously you're going to be informed, right? First of all, you're going to at least have an idea what's happened in the last 24 hours with these key commodities, because they really do drive things, and you won't be surprised by too many things. Secondly, of course, the stock market has the wealth effect, right? Whatever's happening in the stock market, people get richer, they bring money over to crypto. So there's kind of that relationship. There's also a lot of the same players, particularly institutional players, and that's going to be increasingly so on the crypto market as we move forward, right? As they take over, they have to buy, Bitcoin and all that off all you guys out there, you guys holding your Bitcoin. Because most of it's sitting in the retail book. And on that news, we had Michael Saylor and the MSTR buying even more Bitcoin overnight. So there we go, buying even more Bitcoin. So pretty good deal there. Now he's obviously he's happy to buy Bitcoin for probably years to come, because he's betting on Bitcoin being $13 million. Yes, $13 million per Bitcoin by 2045. So pretty crazy. I don't know why I keep on wanting to say 2145. Do you guys have that same thing? Do you guys do that? Because I don't know. I remember as a kid, I used to watch Buck Rogers in the 21st century. I don't know whether that's in my head all the time. You know how they say, like, guys are always thinking about something about Rome, which I don't know. I never do. I don't know. I mean, I do when I look into history, but I'm not thinking about it all the time, about Roman Empire and all. But there was that big thing trending on guys thinking about Roman Empire. I was like, no, not really. I mean, it does come up every so often, like on academic type of things, but not something I'm thinking about. But yeah, Buck Rogers, that seems to be coming up the 21st century there. So I'm not looking in the past, I'm looking into the future, and that's how we should be looking at PulseChain, right? Is into the future. So pretty exciting. We've got Hexagrader in house there. Hey gang, good to see Hexagrader. Big shout out to you. And Craig Pitt as well. Morning all. Good to see Craig and Valiant as well. The plan is coming together. It is 100%. Things are turning and it's getting exciting. Trump's plan's coming together. Richard Hart's plan coming together. Our plans are coming together, and it's we're really set for an absolute skyrocket, I think, in the PulseChain and crypto. It's going to be so good. All right, so that's probably it. Let's have a look at some of the commentary here. Now, the negotiations over the weekend in Geneva. If those weren't familiar, the US and China agreed to pause tariffs placed on each other for a 90-day period. So this is 90 days. Another 90 days seems to be popular, that 3-month period. Washington moved to slash tariffs on China to 30%, and Beijing's duties on US imports are being cut to 10%. So still that premium on the US access to the US market with that 30% there. The nation said in a rare joint statement following the high-stakes trade talks over the weekend, heading into the talks, US President Donald Trump had raised tariffs on China to at least 145%, leading China to respond with retaliatory levies on American imports of 125%. But as you guys know, this really impacts the person that's running the trade surplus, not the deficit, particularly if they're the biggest consumer in the plan. So, it's China was having a lot of problems, factories closing down, export sales collapsing, and of course that's the last thing that China needs when they're only struggling with their economy right now. They say they're doing about 5% economic growth, but really they're probably doing 1% at best. I mean, they really are in trouble in China there. The consensus from both delegations is that neither side wanted a decoupling, but I would say the US is going to decouple anyway in terms of diversifying its imports. That we've got all these trade deals with 115 countries. This is a big part of it. If you're going to really wean yourself off China and manufacturing, you're going to go to other countries, and particularly, we've seen Southeast Asian countries with relatively lower wages, out competing. But unfortunately, even for labor economies, which are moving to service sector, right? Because that's the problem there, moving to service sector. This is the problem with New Zealand as well. With the country I live, we're a service sector economy, and they're making us poor. And then, of course, they're bringing in more poor people to make us even poorer. And so that's the big disaster. It's just disaster. I mean, these people are absolute nincompoops, right? And I'm being nice with those words, as you guys know. But man, it is crazy stuff. So it's so easy to design a really good economy, but these people just want to, they're just intentionally, but I don't know if they're just dumb. And I think they're dumb. I honestly think they're dumb. There's a lot of smart, dumb people out there, right? And they're just destroying our country, which is crazy. But Trump is doing the smart stuff, man. This is the smart playbook. And man, America's going to benefit so well from it. He's tidying up the southern border. He's making the cities safer. He is going to make America so prosperous over his period of time. It is really, really crazy. It's just so common sense, really, isn't it? And I'm really excited to see that. So yeah, more trade negotiations are planned for a plan between the two, while both sides may conduct working level consultations on relevant economic and trade issues. Investors who have been worried on the trade specs could spiral into global crisis that threaten economic activity and increased uncertainty for business have welcomed the changes. And so the tone of the stock market has been downward over the last 2 months, weighed down by fear of the effects of the possible tariff war and over tough line measures by Donald Trump. But the situation shows signs of some stabilization. Even moderate upturns have been seen in the most recent session, says Albert Matalena there, managing director. All of this was explained by the loss of confidence caused by the White House, something that has not been reversed. And of course, however, if progress is made towards clearer scenario, market performance will be positive. Now, these guys are typical kind of globalist, liberal, progressive commentators and economists and running institutions. We all know what Trump was doing, right? All you have to do is listen to Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. You know what the game was on, right? If you read Trump's books, you know what he's up to, right? So the art of the deal was being played out, and that's that simple. It's not rocket science, and these guys just living in la la land, right? We've had liberal, progressive, economists and policymakers and politicians run the West down, destroy the West over the last 30 years, and now we've got Trump coming in to usher in the golden age of America. It is beautiful to see. I just wish we had that here in New Zealand. I wish we had it in Australia. I wish we had it in Canada, but unfortunately we don't. And that's why I'm pretty keen on Trump to actually take over, by democratic processes, with a bit of pressure. Countries like, at least parts of Canada, and make that greater America, because that's going to benefit us all. Now, that being said, if he creates something great, if he creates a golden age of America, as I see him doing, then, if they lose power, then the bad guys get it, right? The bad guys get an even bigger empire, right? They get the greater United States, including Greenland, Alaska, and Canada, at least parts of Canada, at least in the United States. That definitely could be a vision over the next 4 years. But the problem is if they should win the election following, right? If you're doing so well, you should win it. And so fingers crossed on that. And they are trying to clear out the elections, and then we'll move on from there. So that's kind of where we are with some of that. So it's going to be positive, but there's definitely that scenario. Maybe that scenario won't play out for 8 years or something. We'll see. Who else we got in here? We got Valiant says the Buck Rogers TV show was fun. Always had nice scenery. It did as well. I know what you're talking about there. That's pretty fun. Wookie is not a monster, just a misunderstood gentle giant, says Valiant. Yeah, that's right. All right, so let's move on here and let's move into crypto because we've got lots to talk about here. So the total market cap of crypto, 3.43 trillion is the market cap. The price is down the market cap of crypto is down 2.4%, but we're still sitting pretty comfortable at 3.4. Like I said, if we're going to get to gold market cap, we've still got probably about 8 to 10x from here to go up, so pretty massive. Bitcoin at the moment, 102,833, is actually down. While the stock market went up, crypto came down 1.7%. Ethereum there is also down 1.6% at $2,492. Rank number 3 is XRP at $2.55. It is actually up 5.9% on XRP over the last 24 hours. BNB is at number 5, and that is up 0.8% as well at $662. Solana is actually down just under 0.5% at $174. Number 8 is Dogecoin. That is down 1.9% at 23 cents. Cardano is actually up 1/3% at 82 cents. And Tron, wrapping up our top 10, is actually up 2.2%. So a bit of a mixed bag. And we didn't get the pump that we might have thought we would have seen continuing on from the rally we have seen recently from this big opening on the stock market with the US trade deal. But maybe it was just priced in there on the weekend. And also we got the market manipulators, right? This is the thing. Market manipulators do all sorts of things with the charts, including short squeezes and all sorts of stuff, right? That's just the way it goes. You've got to get that manipulation in there too. All right, so that's kind of it on the crypto market. Let's have a look at the top performers in the last week. Well, over Ethereum there, we've got Ethereum up 37%, and that is the best performer out of the top 10, followed quickly there by Dogecoin at 35.6%. So if you've been those, you'd be up 1/3% on, a third of your portfolio up there. So not too bad. Now, top gainers there, we've got Ben Pasternak. That is up 175% at 4 cents. DGN up 104% at 3/4 of a penny. And then we got Pups here, Bitcoin Pups, up 37% at 4.1 cents on there. So those are the ones that are top gainers. Trending, we've had Quiet Network, Hey Anon, and Purple Peppy up there as well. So those are just kind of trending here on the old crypto market, which leads us into the news. We've got some BitGo news here. So BitGo gains EU approval, expands crypto custody services across Europe. So it's pretty positive for that. And of course, this approval is part of the MiCA framework approach to creating a unified crypto rules in the EU. As you guys know, I'm horribly against the EU. The EU is a horrible, horrible organization. I mean, it is dark. It is full of darkness. And you see what they're doing to Europe, right? So there's hardly anything nice I have to say about Europe regarding the administration. A lot of the officials are unelected. It really is a globalist mechanism. Man, they have destroyed, a big accelerator destroying the West. I have no friendship there whatsoever. But in any case, we'll take the good news here. BitGo is entering the EU crypto market. As long as, I guess, crypto is expanding to some degree, it is good news, right? So very, very cool. So the MiCA framework, effective from 2024, provides clear regulations for stablecoins, exchanges, and crypto custodians. It requires all forms crypto firms in the EU to adhere to particular standards on consumer protection, transparency, and capital. Now, I don't mind those too much, but it's all the over-the-top stuff that the EU brings in that is really, really horrible. Moreover, stablecoin issuers are required to meet strict reserve standards to increase regulatory control and market stability there. And that can be debatable, the extent of that. And of course, that's one area that Donald Trump's going to be, changing up in the United States, particularly with small to medium banks, right, to get more leverage and therefore more lending into the Midwest and manufacturing, right? So, it's going to be pretty cool to see that. So that is kind of some of the cool stuff there. Now, BitGo serves more than 9.3 million wallets and over 48 billion in staked assets in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. So it is a pretty big deal. And of course, that is part of BitGo's expansion into the EU as well as the globally. So pretty exciting. Now, the company is currently top custodian for Solana and of course seeks to meet institutional market demand as well. So they're kind of forced to, move, I guess, even further into the centralized, control market here. But, once again, crypto's expanding, guys. That's good news, right? And the other big news, of course, is around AI, right? So AI is a big deal. OpenAI empowers robot programming, and this is a big area. If you're into this sort of stuff, or you want to, touch your toes, definitely worth doing. Getting into a bit of AI stuff, some even AI agents or AI tools. A lot of programming there. So it really democratizes programming to a lot of degree. And so it's, if you're into that stuff, you want to do some of that, definitely do it. If you've got work processes that are quite laborious, it could be something that simplifies that. But in any case, this could apply to crypto pretty well. OpenAI empowers robot programming. So obviously, this is the law of convergence, right? We've got, semiconductors or chips being developed. We've got robots being developed, and we've got AI software. And of course, you match those three together, and you get Terminator. You get Terminator. You get the dark world of Terminator. My God, we're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. We got new AI tools boost automation and crypto market sentiment in 2025, and of course, that's going to probably be a pretty big theme, a big category in the crypto as we go into the bull market, right? Even if a lot of the protocols are probably not delivering a lot of actual value, it's going to be pretty cool to see. Now, this is a big deal there, right? So obviously they made some pretty big breakthroughs with robotics and AI, but this people are excited about the fact that this could all be, transposed, let's say, over to crypto, right? So substantial implications of crypto markets, particularly for AI tokens and, of course, the blockchain as well, tied to automation. So pretty exciting. And let's see where this all heads. So it's a pretty good article. I don't know, for you guys that love to go next level, I'll post this article in the chat there. If you want to, read all the detail there. I just wanted to do a bit of the highlights because it is a pretty exciting area in crypto, as you guys know, as well as AI. And of course, a lot of people like to get into this. He's got a programming there. Nice. All right. So that's kind of it on that one. Now, that's going to lead us into PulseChain. And, like I said on the top of the video, PulseChain set to skyrocket. Really is being set up for that. And look, man, it's anytime now, right? Now, Travis Connor's here on X. He says too many posts from Binance hitting PulseChain for it to be a coincidence. And of course, we've got all these posts here with the Binance. Turns out it's Pulse is pegged to Binance now. it's may the fourth be with you with the Pulse X colors. When you zoom into a crypto trader's DNA, of course, the PulseChain colors. Now, hey, look, it's always fun to use this, to encourage Binance to get the PulseChain listing. So why not? Why not? Binance is the unofficial cardiologist since 2027. Now, someone's actually done a PulseChain version of that bottom one there with the old Binance there. So they've actually put PulseChain on the other side. I didn't have that one up today, but I saw that on X, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, get out there and support it. What we will do is we make it come true, right? Self-fulfilling. We get out there and we build on their posts and we make it self-fulfilling. That's the way to go. And of course, after Richard Hart bet the ECC, we've got one of the best, defended blockchains and projects in crypto. So definitely get out to do that. So that was pretty good there from Travis. Now that leads us into PulseChain, of course. You guys know it. 2 years, baby. 2 years since PulseChain launched. So happy birthday to all of us. 2 years old. Good gaga. But hey, look, babies aren't the only cute thing we're going to talk about today, because we're going to be talking about Michi, Richard Hart's dog meme token, Michi. So that's coming up soon too. It's a cute show today. Definitely a cute show. So we got Pulse at the moment at quadruple 0358, up 1.4%, and we're sitting at 36% of the mean sacrifice price today. So we're still in the accumulation range. Pulse X at the moment, quadruple 0321, at 1.5%, and the buy and burn sitting at 1.4 trillion. We're now at 7.11%. So 7.11% of the Pulse X is being bought up and burned. And, we're talking about the fact that PulseChain is set to skyrocket. What are some of the key things, right? We had pump tires launch. We had Richard Hart and his team change the inflation on incentive token and on HEX, right? Through the HEX OA staking and sacrifice staking, and of course, incentive token as well, being, the inflation decreased dramatically down to only 2,600 ink per day being emitted now. So we got these, and that thinned out the liquidity pools, right? And so we got very good liquidity pools for getting pumped, getting gold mode candles, getting the trend reversal, getting a mega uptrend, getting all these parabolics that we enjoyed back in 2021. There's lots of opportunities here as well. So this is some of the foundations that have been set. Richard Hart defeated the SEC, and of course, Richard Hart is back doing videos now. leading the way. It's pretty exciting. We've got all our whales back on deck doing some incredible things, leading the way. Rack and Michelle doing social media, Rack and Michelle investing in key protocols. We've got Rack and Michelle doing think tank sessions and retreats in Florida. We've got Firewhale building out a big decentralized viral game, Casino X game, and of course with Solid X. So we've got really big players making all positive moves, and it feels just so right now that we are getting ready to take off, to really getting to skyrocket, as I said on the title of the video, which is pretty awesome. The other big thing, of course, is that we've got, I think, a lot of developer teams, a lot of teams that are really got a lot of bunch of good people. I meet them all the time. A lot of good people out there in the PulseChain community, and they're really wanting to make successes on PulseChain, be entrepreneurial on PulseChain, and build really great communities, which is pretty exciting. We're going to be talking about one of those today, of course, which is Michi, Richard Hart's dog meme coin, and of course it's going to be pretty exciting to talk about that. We're coming up soon for that one. Now, instead of token at the moment, $1.61 is pretty much up a 0.7% at the moment at $1.61. Pretty impressive stuff there. And of course, Hex at the moment, 82 hundredths of a penny for PHEX, down 4% at the moment. EHEX at quarter of a penny. Combined price EHEX and PHEX at 1.07 cents at the moment. So just down slightly from yesterday. So those are where we are 2 years on from when PulseChain launched. Can you believe it? 13th of May, 2023. And the gas prices at the moment, how are we going? 1.1 million beats, not too bad. 1 cent for a PulseX swap. And what else is going on? Validators. We had a little increase yesterday. No change today. 45,100 validators. And the bridge, which has kind of been our health check, isn't it? Is sitting at 93 point, I would say just under 93.9 million. And I think the other day we got up to 96.6 or something. So we're down about 2.7 million from there. That being said, we had some big capital come in overnight, right? So we're going to talk about that coming up too. So let's talk about that now. Actually, let's get to that. So we had Pulse Alerts, right? Pulse Alerts, if you're not on X, it tracks a lot of the stuff that comes over, the big stuff that comes into the bridge. And we had some pretty interesting stuff happen. We had 55.55 ETH coming over the bridge 19 hours ago, bridge to PulseChain, right? $139,000 at the time. And it's interesting, 5555. What has 5555? Well, it's a 5555. It is Hex, right? Hex, max stake, right? Max stake, they're maxi stakes. And we not only did we have one of those, but we had three of them. We had 55.55 ETH, so 55.55 ETH, and all 140K each, pretty much, all coming over the bridge. Pretty exciting. Now, those have had thousands of views on those, right? Thousands of views on those. And the first one had 12,000 views on it. So, people are pretty excited. Now, we do have a little bit of a picture here on that. Now, I just don't know whether I had it up actually on there, but let me just quickly check. But we had a little picture here on Frankabel. I think it's Frankabel. And let's check this out. So another, I guess, a portfolio block explorer, is it? And we had the wallet here. So look at that. It's sitting 163 ETH is sitting in there. And it's got worth $402,000 just sitting there at the moment in this account that bridged over. So, PulseChain getting set to take over. Let's take over Skyrocket. I mean, it's taken over as well, but Skyrocket, that is pretty exciting. So look at that. Awesome stuff. It also happens to have some PulseX and Pulse in there. And of course, it has previously sent, funds over to PulseChain as well. So we've got a big player moving into the chain, and this can help move markets, right? Make markets skyrocket. So very, very excited about this. Let's see where it goes, where that capital is going. Obviously, some PulseX and Pulse so far. So get excited, folks. Big money is coming over, and we're looking forward to more of that to pump the chain. Yeah, boy. What else do we got? Some comments here. Who else we got? We got Brendan House here and Nick Mate. Next minute, I'm here for the alpha. Hey, good to see you, Brendan. Big shout out to you. Brendan's our TA guru in the Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord, definitely join up because that's where Brendan is. And if you want to learn all about TA, go to that next level. Ask him a few questions. We've got Brian in the house there. Sup, Brian? Now, Brian's one of our two community leaders along with Wookie, of course, and he is on a road trip right now. He's on a road trip having the adventure. Is it the adventure of the lifetime? I think he's going up to see some family, but he was on the road there, dropping into different towns in the United States and has different experiences every time you go to a different town. So I don't know if it's one of those apocalyptic movies or it's one of those family holiday homes. What's that old TV show where the family used to go across the country? Let me know in the chat there. I've just forgotten at the moment, but we grew up on that as a kid, and boy, it gave us dreams of crazy family holidays where everything goes wrong, but the family trip's supposed to be great. Pretty awesome. So we wish you well there, Brian, on your road trip. Hey, look, road trips are great. I had a road trip back when I was in my 20s, and we called it the mission from God. The mission from God, and we almost died at least twice. I'm not kidding you. One was in a snowstorm. I'd never been in snow, and we got into snow, and it snowed. The storm came up just out of nowhere, and it just blocked everything. I had no idea where we were. It's the first time you're in snow. It's very disorientating. And then suddenly the storm just sort of like disappeared, and we were only like 100 feet away from the main ski building or something like that. It was just stupid. It's the stupidest thing. You go, oh my God, I thought I was going to die. The next minute, it's like it clears and it's right there. It's a crazy fun story. So that was one of the things that happened to us. Another one was we almost died in the caravan. We were sleeping in a caravan that we were renting, just a night, and we had the heater on, and we almost it was super cold outside with snow, but we almost dehydrated inside the caravan. And I woke up at I don't know what time, 2-3 in the morning, and I was just like you're just completely dried out, and you just feel like you're about to die, right? And we're looking for liquid. We got no liquid. All we had was a can of pineapple, and so we're getting there with the can open. And the person next to me also woke up because they had the same thing. They were dying of dehydration as well. The heater was so hot. And it's funny because the third person that was in there just slept through the whole night, which is just, I don't know, they could have not woken up or something, I don't know. But we ended up opening that can up and drinking that stuff. It was like life-saving juice. It was a crazy story. So I'm sure you guys have got some crazy road trip stories like that. And that was the mission from God trip. And we had this one soundtrack we played the whole time. It was crazy, and we must have played that soundtrack 50 times on that trip. And do you want to know what it was? It was the soundtrack was "Good Morning Vietnam" with Robbie Williams on it, and we'd play that first one every morning. Good morning Vietnam, and we'd play that every time we took off, whatever our day was that we started, because it was a multi-day trip. And we were up in the crazy mountains and everything, man. It was a crazy trip. But that's the sort of good stuff you do on road trips, right? It's the good stuff. All right, Brian's in the house. Says I made it to New York here for the summer. Well, that sounds a lot nicer than my freezing cold adventure. Although it was a lot of fun, I must say, even with the near death experiences. We got Summerbird says Wookie. Valiant says National Lampoon Vacation. That's it. Yeah, we grew up on that in New Zealand. It was just a magical film, just great actors. But man, it makes you cringe sometimes at some of the stuff that happened with that stuff for sure. Brennan says, is there any in New York nudist beaches? Says Brennan. Well, I tell you what, in New Zealand there's tons of them. It's tons of them. The only time I've ever been to one when I was a kid, but there are tons of them here. Yeah, it's crazy. I think tourists get a bit of a shock when they go to some of the beaches here. It's not as bad as some of the Europe beaches, I think, though. Brian says, yeah, at Niagara Falls. Nice, Brian. It's awesome. I once flew to Niagara Falls there, Brian. I once flew there, had to rescue a lass that I liked. She tried to call me out, she tried to call me out, but hey, that's just the way it goes. What else there? Let's got some other stuff going on here. Wookie says, just go to the city, you will see everything, says Wookie. Yeah, that's true. All right, so that's some of the action there. Now, this is the big money coming over. We're going to see more of this. Keep an eye out. That's what we're looking for. PulseChain set to skyrocket. Are we going to see some God mode candles on the old PulseChain to start the way? That is the question, right? So that was pretty exciting stuff there overnight from Pulse Alerts, as I'm sure you guys agree. And I love the little 5555 stamps on these little ETH transfers, right? Pretty cool. Can't say good enough about that, right? All right, let's get into the results here. We got $30.6 million in volume. Woo! That's a bit better. So we've been down at like 22 million. Before that, we were down at 12 million. Do you guys remember? And now we're back up at 30.6 million on PulseChain. That is exciting to see. And, it's pretty good. Well, we ranked number 5 here on Deck Screener as well. And, let's have a look at some of the best performers. We've got 315,000 transactions the last 24 hours. And here we are pretty much, covering Monday's results for the United States here. Now, we've got this new Remember token. That's the printed token from OG WebChef. This was brand new, and, it's replacing the old one. Apparently, there's an airdrop claim. You can claim with the old token, get the new token, but that is up 1,421%. And ticking over there. Look at the volume, $9 million volume, over 460K liquidity. These things are insane, aren't they? These things are insane. I guess that's got to be pumping the old, that getting us that $30 million mark on our 24-hour volume when you got a token that's pumping $9 million in volume a day. So remember, they're doing pretty amazing on that one. Let's have a look at the hourly chart on this. That is the hourly chart. Definitely sold down a bit. Now, we were watching this yesterday, trading up in this area. I think we saw it a bit earlier than that, but it was trading up a bit early, and then it's just drifted off down here to 222 at the moment. So 80,222 at the moment on the old remember token there. Ticking away there from OG WebChef. You definitely get into OG WebChef Telegram if you want to get the latest and greatest. Although, thank goodness Brennan posted the details about this change in our Discord. So that's the cool thing about our Discord. You get a lot of the latest information. So definitely check it out. Links in the video description for that. Now, some of the other ones doing pretty well. Your Mum, this is up 217%, been around for 5 days. We've got the X token here up 50%, been around for 7 months. We've got BBC token from the DEX, right? 9-inch token has the same thing like PulseX has incentive token. 9-inch has the BBC token, the big bonus coin. That is up 41%. And I did say keep a lookout for these DEXs and DEX aggregators because they're likely to do very well. Obviously, as we get into bull market, volumes go up, and therefore a lot of the volumes on these DEXs and DEX aggregators, and they all start to rally, right? Really rally big time on that. So keep an eye out for that. And of course, Hexy bastards out there. He had one of the biggest sacrifices on there, $16 million. And of course, we've got Gerardo out there doing his thing. I think they had $11 million in that one. Some big players here as well, right? Big players. Now we also got Emerald at the moment up 26% at 4,4,800. We got Pepe Meme Coin, Pump Tires up 13.5%. We've got Cognito here as well, up 11.5%. We've got 9-inch, of course, not far behind the BBC token, right? These two go together, right? 9-inch is the DEX token, and the BBC there is the incentive token for the farms on there. So 9-inch there at the moment at 17.56, up to 9.7%. Let's have a little look at the old 9-inch there. And we can see it's bouncing off the bottom. It has been. This is a weekly chart, by the way, and it's been around for a long time. And it bounced off 5 zeros 1100. It's now at 5 zeros 1750. So that's up quite nicely, right? I'm not sure. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a percentage thing here on this. But that is 60%. Yeah. Otherwise, I was going to have to do it in my head, right? That's the way it goes. That's looking pretty good. And man, that could hyper rally, right, on a bull market scenario, especially on this PulseChain SKYROCKETs. And hey, look, Richard was talking about gold mode candles, and let's get up. Let's bring those along. So we got X Game as well. As you guys know, I talked about the big whales on PulseChain. Fire Whale there, Randy Alaski's friend. Doing X Game, and of course the solid X tokens. X Game is up and almost 7%, and man, we're excited about it. We have set up a dedicated Telegram group, and so you can get into that. I think the link's in the video description, and check it out for sure. In fact, let me just quickly check to see if that is the case. We've got community membership. Where is it? Telegram and Alpha Group. No, I haven't got it in there. I'm going to add that today, so I'm going to go through and add the X Game there. But you can, if you get into the Crypto Night Show Telegram and ask for the X Game, I will, post it and then you can join up. But I will get it added to the video descriptions there on YouTube, and I'll try and get it on X as well. All right, so we've talked that we did an interview last week with Crypto Coffee, arguably the biggest influencer in PulseChain, and Top Hat there, he launched that up 6%, looking pretty good. We got GoPulse there from one of the big information swap sites. Is up 5.7 cents at 5.7%, just under 11 cents there. Surf has been around for 4 days. A new token there, up 3.5%. PMX 500 has been pretty popular. That's up 3.4%. Pateas, the big DEX aggregator, dominates like 60-70%, I think, of the volume. It's up 2.4%. I'd like to see an updated number, actually. I'm going to go maybe check their account, see how that's performing. We have Mafia token there from Jacob, arguably the world's best peer-to-peer developer. Also working on PUSD ALGO and, of course, on-chain bet, and that is up 1.7% at the moment. PDC The Greys, as you guys know, huge community, very, very popular, and, of course, probably one of our blue-chip opportunities. Moon King loves it. He was all over it yesterday. That is up 1.3% there. 9mm. Now, we talked about 9-inch DEX being up, with the 9-inch token and the BBC, but we've also got the 9mm is up here a little bit there as well, 1.3%. Should we have a look at that too? That is one of the DEXs there. Now, this is Is it off the bottom? Let's have a look at the weekly chart just to make it comparison to 9-inch. That is the weekly chart there. So it's actually performed in some ways relatively better because it's had a lower low. It's definitely up off there, but sitting just below 2 cents at the moment. Obviously, you have to check out the tokenomics and all that sort of stuff, but generally speaking, these will probably all do pretty well in the bull market there. And you can see it's actually 9mm's number 2 on the volume behind PulseX. Now, the only thing that this doesn't have on it is the PH Universe, right? Protocol. So remember that. So you got PHUX and Fiat and Famous, all those things like that. So they have a lot of capital on those. Last time I checked, it was like a couple of days ago, they had like $11 million, $12 million on those. So just remember that they're not really showing up here on Deck Screen, all right? So let's take that note into account. Now, what else we got going? We got, let's see here, we got time dividend. That is up 1% there from KG in the internet model wallet. That has really been blowing up, right? Let's go have a look at that, actually. Let's go have a look at how that's been growing because it's a really growth sign of PulseChain, about to skyrocket. Really is important. So let's have a look at the stats page here on Internet Money Wallet. Let me know in the chat there if you guys have already downloaded this. We're virtually on 75,000 downloads. Look at that. And it's up 1,563 since between May the 15th and May the 1st. I'm sure we're probably going to get a new data update soon. But that is pretty exciting. What does it tend to be? Well, we've got 27,000, almost 28,000 Androids, 29,000 Chromes, and 18,000 iOS downloads. So it's actually pretty well spread too, isn't it? And of course, if you're holding the time dividend, then you're probably getting some nice cryptos as well. Presumably, I'm just looking at the swap volume here. It says it's down 40%. I think last time they had a big amount, wasn't it? Something big went traded through, so it's probably warped the figures a little bit. But let's have a look at the last 30 days. Yeah, last 30 days up 25%. So we have we had a big down market during that period. Now we've got the market turning back up a bit, and so you're up 25% on swap volume, $6.2 million, 90,000 swaps. Now this is if you took a snapshot of this now, what would it look like in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months time? Because this really could start ratcheting up. Because the time token's not going up, right? So if the volume's going up, then everyone's getting richer, right? It's going to be pretty good. All right, so not too bad. Apparently it's 63 cents per time at the moment. And I guess that's based on the last 90 days. Let's see what it's on the last 30 days. 76 cents per a daily payout per time token, 76 cents. And what's the time value? Time token there is 0.002. Is that right? That's some crazy numbers. Wow. All right, so maybe that's worth checking out. Maybe it's worth checking out there as well. Projected annual value is 6%. So if you're wanting to park your money somewhere, earn a nice 6%, that's definitely an alternative to say, maybe not stable coins, but something a bit better, 6% there. So obviously a lot of people are definitely chasing very high yields. But if you want to park some big money and earn some nice dividends, that is the place to go. Apparently $188,000 of unclaimed dividends so far. Some of that may never get claimed, honestly. You guys know that. It's amazing what happens there. So that is the time dividend money. That is kind of where we are at the moment. And I'm just going to mention a few others here. They're still in the green. Pump Tires, PulseX, and Liquid Loans is in the green there. And SolidX there from Firewall. Those are all in the green today. That is pretty much it on our coverage. And, of course, that's going to get us into the main event. And you guys know what it is. It's a Michi. And I'm going to enjoy talking about this. This is a lot of fun. Before we do that, though, let's get into the chat here. And Sue's in the house. What else? We've got a couple comments. Let's scroll back up here. We talked about that. Hardy Hexaloin, hello to the group. Skyrocket and more. Let's get the first God candle. 100% on that. Excited about where this is going. We're not on Rumble anymore. Not at the moment, Brian. Not at the moment. I've picked back up PulseChain X. So we've got PulseChain X up on the market at the moment. We'll come back to Rumble, but I've switched back over to PulseChain X. We've got about about 800 subscribers on PulseChain X. So big shout out to everybody over there. We got what else there? We got I take a few days off and we drop a platform. Says Brian. No, we didn't add a platform, but we added another channel. But we did drop the Rumble just for the time being, just a couple of days. Hardy Hexaloin says, hey Brian, it's okay. How are you? Yeah, it is okay. Fun movies for sure. Yeah, Lampoon. Yeah, it's absolute classic. All right, so let's get back into it. This is the main event, and I'm excited to talk about this. Richard Hart's dog, Michi, is being immortalized as a meme coin on PulseChain. And, man, the community leadership in the team is outstanding. So you're in pretty good hands with that team, and a big shout-out to them. So, Itchy and others doing a great job. Let's check that out. So here is Michi the Chihuahua. And, of course, if many of you have been around for years with Richard Hart, you would have, seen a few little signs of Michi the Chihuahua. And, of course, back in 2018 is February 24. We got Richard Hart posting, "This is my dog," and it's got the little chihuahua there at the Christmas. Not bad, right? I don't know. He's still got his Christmas tree up. I don't know, but there we go. It's February, and yeah, so there is a little chihuahua there. Very, very cute, as you guys can tell. And this is what I like about Michi, is that it's got some heart in it, right? Some heart. You know, everyone loves dogs. Yeah, and well, not everyone, but most people love dogs, and you know, it's pretty cute, and little cute little dog there, and yeah, pretty fun. Now we do have a little video of the dog. Yeah, we do have a little video of the dog. So let's play that, and you got to listen very carefully here. But we're going to go to full screen for this, are we? No, we're not. We're going for something else. But we'll play this. So let's play this one. There's This is Richard Hart back in the day, streaming, and little Michi. Little Michi had to be heard. So let's hear Michi here. In 3, 2, 1. We're here. Come on, Michi, come out.
And that statement.
All right, Michi's coming. Don't worry.
Copy and paste into your wallet and sign it, and then
Michi
copy and
is
paste
coming.
it back.
Going back there.
Just got to wait for Michi to
puppy.
appear.
I got
and like magic.
a little tiny chihuahua that likes to bark rarely.
There we go.
I got a poodle right here at my feet that follows me everywhere.
So. I saw it in your picture in your About Us on YouTube. It looks cool.
Always at my feet.
That is a cute dog right there, man.
So I don't know if you heard that, but that's little Michi in the background. So we'll play it again here.
A statement for you. And that statement, you will copy and paste into your wallet and sign it, and then copy and paste it back.
You got some Dogecoin back there?
Yeah, I got a little puppy. I got a little tiny chihuahua that likes to bark rarely, as you can hear.
I got a poodle right here at my feet that follows me everywhere. So.
I saw it in your picture in your About Us on YouTube. It looks cool.
So that is very, very cute indeed. In fact, you can hear that little. I'm going to play it one more time because the bark's so kind of cute. I know barks, some people like them, some people don't, but I think it's kind of just shows that the liveliness of Michi, of course. So let's check it out.
A statement for you, and that statement you will copy and paste into your wallet and sign it, and then copy and paste it back.
You got some Dogecoin back there?
Yeah, I got a little puppy. I got a little tiny chihuahua that likes to bark.
I got a little tiny chihuahua that loves to bark. So, Michi had a lot of life. So yeah, Brennan says Michi is an ankle biter, says Brennan. Yeah, and we got IC33 in the house there. Good to see you, IC. Michi for the win, absolutely. And what a cute little dog. Brian says, what is it? I have a hedgehog, but he knows better than to bark, says this is Brian. Yeah, well, it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute little bark. It's great. We're going to play it one more time.
For you. And that statement, you will copy and paste into your wallet and sign it, and then copy and paste it back.
You got some Dogecoin back there?
Yeah, I got a little puppy. I got a little tiny chihuahua that likes to bark.
That's so cute. Anyway, so that is Michi, and in the reel. And so let's check that out. So that's Michi. Now, dogs can be great, says Richard Hart. This is back in the day. Dogs can be great. Be great joy and a great pain, says Richard. It's tragic that their lives are so short. My little girl is still here, but she's on heart medicine now and squeaks every breath she takes. If the meds fix her this time, I'm not sure how much she'll last. So that was an update there when Michi was getting a little bit unwell. And then unfortunately, Michi passed there in 22nd of March, 2019. And Richard posted about that. And that's the picture of the profile you guys see on the video today. This beautiful dog is no longer among us. If there's someplace nice after this life, she is there, which I think is pretty beautiful. And you can see that quote there on the website here for Michi, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to paste the link to that if you guys want to check that out. Also, the video is also on that site, which I thought was pretty cool. That's from the Michi team, so big shout out there. We got Hedgehog says woof woof, woof woof there. I like that. So that is the Michi website there. Check it out today. Now, looking pretty good. Now, Michi's been performing pretty well, so we're going to check that out. And here you can see on the daily, it's gaining popularity, right? So Michi is gaining popularity, and why not? It's something that was dear to Richard's heart, and I think our community is quite responsive to that. And so Michi has been immortalized as a meme token on PulseChain. It is pretty exciting. It's the first. It was launched on the first day of pump tires too, which is kind of cool. Richard launched pump tires, and yes, it's a day one pump tire token. Now we had other tokens like pump tires and stuff come out. So this is right in there. It's like OG as you can get, and I think very fitting given Richard Hart. So kind of cool, and you can see some of the pictures there on the site there. Now it's been trading pretty well. I mean, you can see the chart is pretty bullish, and the community is just such an active, cool community. The leadership team and the community is amazing. 130% at the moment in the last 6 days. Can you believe that? And actually had a little pump up to 3.5x in 4 days. So holding up pretty well. Here is the old Michi token. Currently at 2,100. That's the US dollar price. And that is looking pretty good indeed. So you got to check that out. Now, I wanted to break down some of the details here of Michi on the pump tires. But we're over on DexScreener. Now, you guys know I used to live on DexScreener all the time. And it does have a lot of extra information that DexScreener doesn't have. And it's pretty cool. So I'm going to post the link to DexScreener there. You guys can check out Michi and have a look at the chart and maybe pick some up. That's the way to go, right? This thing is getting ready to rock. This community is pretty innovative as well. Icy says most pump tire coins are dead, but Michi remains at 100 to 200,000 market cap. That's true. That is true. And of course, we got Michi's here. That's the link to pick up some Michi there. Definitely check it out. Jump into Telegram as well. On the socials, I'll post that too as well. Now, I want to look at the Michi on DexScreener because it has a lot more information, as you can see on the left-hand side, a lot of extra details. And the number of holders at the moment is pretty awesome. So, the token's been around for a little bit here. Let me just see the dates on this, actually. 3 months and 9 days. 3 months and 9 days. It's been around since the day one, the pump tires. And there are 706 holders. That's pretty awesome. That's a really good number. And of course, I've looked at many pump tires, as you guys know. That is pretty impressive. Now, there's a number of impressive things around Michi that a lot of other pump tires don't have. And we're going to go through those. So holders, 706 holders. So you're heading towards that 1,000 mark. Maybe it's one of you guys that's going to be joining that crew. And of course, the circulating supply. Now, normally, as you guys know, pump tires has what? 1 billion tokens, right? But this only has 997.5. That's because the team has been burning some of them. So that is pretty rare amongst pump tires. So it's actually got burning mechanisms going on here as well. You can see here on Midgard Block Explorer that those tokens have gone from 1 billion down to 997. So this team is pretty serious about creating more value over time in multiple ways, and burning will be one of them, no doubt. Now, the other big thing I want to talk about is not only is there 706 holders, but the distribution of this pump tires is absolutely impressive. You can see here a little distribution of the biggest holders. These are top 10 and holders here, and you can see it's actually a pretty good distribution in such a small period of time. You're talking about 3 months and 9 days, right? And you can see here you got the top wallet. It's got 9.76%. This is the sort of the PulseX swap pool, right? This is where people buy and sell, so it's not a whale. Then you have some other accounts, 5.5%, 4%, 3%. So you got a lot of this distributions, absolutely impressive. 2%, 1%, and this is just the first page of the first 20 holders. And look, page 2, you got 1%. A lot of big distribution on this token. A lot of people have been picking this up. And what a distribution. You don't normally get this on pump tires because you know how pump tires launch, right? People get in there. It's maybe a little handful of people. And they might be six to 10 people that hold like 85%, and it gets over to PulseX and they still hold a lot of those. They sell it into any moves. But here you've got this big distribution and, a lot of holders. So pretty awesome tokenomics. I think that's pretty special. You go look at a lot of the pump tires. You won't see a lot of that, that's for sure. Icy says plans to burn more as well as we hit all-time high. So that's a little bit of alpha drop right there on the old Michi there from one of the community leaders. So big shout out there. Thanks for the IC33. Now we got plans to burn more as we hit all-time high. So there we go. Pretty exciting. Now I'm pretty excited about this. When I was looking at this, I was like, man, this has got so many cool tokenomics compared to most pump tires. And it doesn't mean that other pump tires aren't good, but just the distribution and everything on this is solid, man. And of course, holding that market cap up as well. Now, some of the other cool things on this at the moment, 40K liquidity. What else have we got going on here? Pooled Michi. So pooled Michi, this is the amount of Michi in supply that's actually in the LP pools, and it's sitting at 9.7%, which is actually a pretty good number. That's a pretty high number. So there we go. That's pretty good. A good balance, that 1 to 10 ratio. I really like that. So that's pretty cool. Some of the key metrics there. Also on Dex Screener, it's got a score of 85 out of 99. Which is pretty high. So that's, it's been ticking all that. Now, the contract has been verified. Tick yes. Honeypot, no. Buy tax, sell tax, no. So you're sitting in pretty good hands there. And I think, it's got heart. The difference about this, it's got a lot of heart in it, right? So it really is pretty awesome. And you can check out a video there as well. Pretty cool, the dog barking. So I really like this one. Definitely one of the top memes for sure on PulseChain, the old Michi. So that is kind of the highlights there with Michi. Check it out today. And I'm going to post a link to, where am I posting? I post the website, haven't I, up here? So let's push that timestamp out there as well. What I do encourage you to do is get into Deck Screener. Sorry, to get into the Telegram, I should say, and get in their community and ask questions about it and all that sort of stuff. And join up there today as well. Not bad. Now, I have posted a post on X, so we're going to pull that up in a minute as well. And while we're doing that, I just wanted to post a little video of Richard Hart. But before we do that, we're going to pull up the old post that I did today on Michi. So let's check that out. So this is the post. Oh, that was the live stream, and I did a post earlier, so we're going to check that out as well. This post one here, everybody loves Richard Hart's beloved Chihuahua dog Michi, and loving memory we will never forget. It's kind of the ethos of the community, and got the little cute little picture there. Love that. Michi meme coin has taken off, launched on day one of Pump Tides course. As I said earlier, the Michi community is a next level fun, growing fast, and ready to ride the bull market wave ahead. Now, if you get into the Telegram, you'll see what I mean. It's got quite a cool vibe in there. These guys are up to lots of stuff, so you definitely get into it right now as we head into the bull market. Right, we've got the bull market ahead of us. Diamond hand holders as well. They're definitely showing very diamond hand holders, as you can see in the chart, and of course getting some pretty mad gains there. Now, this is the links here to the socials, so I wanted to post these as well. So definitely check those out. And I'm going to post the link to this post here. Definitely retweet this as well, repost it. But that's got all the socials, and I encourage you to join up to the Telegram today for sure. So Michi socials, let's put that in. Bam. All right. All right, big shout out to the team, and yeah, looking forward to it. Now, you're going to hear more about Michi in the week ahead. It's going to be pretty fun. So stay tuned for all that and get involved, as we say, get into one of the hottest meme tokens on PulseChain for sure. All right, so that's kind of the play there. Now, I wanted to play a video of Richard Hart, right? So this is a sneak peek from the highest of stakes, just to finish off the show. We're 56 minutes on the hour. So let's kick into this. And this is a little sneak peek from the highest of stakes that was in the highest of stakes movie, but has not been published. Before we get to that, though, we've got one more little bit of alpha drop here from the Michi team. Devs have more plans coming in the background, and we have been working in the background too. So there's lots of stuff in store for this community. You guys don't want to miss out. I mean, I'm serious. These guys are pretty proactive. They got a lot of cool things coming. So definitely check out Michi for sure, 100% on that. And you can join the socials here in that link there. So definitely check that out. I'll post some of these in the post on X too after the live stream, as well as the YouTube. So check that out when the video finishes. But let's get into the bigger marks here on the highest of stakes playing out here. I'm going to leave this one with you. So enjoy.
This here is a party room. It's enough space to host a big party, have a lot of people dancing. I love to dance. This is a stripper pole here. Dudes on the stripper pole usually don't look so good. Girls, much better looking. But we have parties. When I have parties, people want to have fun. And so dress up, right? Dressed up like Snow White or Nurse or Dracula or whatever, you know, you can have more fun, party harder. This one's really cool. This is like a superhero outfit. Stretchy spandex deal, which looks really cool. It's a pretty good top, I'm a fan. Sexy Nurse, been around a long time, not going away, yeah. So, you know, lights, music, dance, breathing, singing. These are all things that change the way that you feel, and what is life without feeling? People want to feel better and feel different and have excitement. Stripper pole, disco lights, fog machine, lasers, good sound system. You can't really do any better. Scanning me like I'm a piece of produce at the supermarket. Self-checkout, beep. One multi-billionaire founder, please. Goddamn gremlin moved it. So, microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. 7 years ago, our forefathers founded this great nation, and then they turn it into a big prison where everyone has to stay home. We announced the stream roughly 30 minutes ago. People join the stream and they idle in the lobby and they talk to each other. Right now in the lobby there are 370 people. If I start watching the restream, I won't be able to stop. For real, like, I love watching myself. I'm like, damn, that guy's a genius. I fucking love what he's saying. Live in 6. 3, 2, 1, go. How's it going, everybody? Richard Art here. Congratulations on yet another beautiful, wonderful day. For you guys that are new viewers here, it might be your first time. I'm the founder of the best performing asset that's ever existed in the history of mankind. Hex.com, which has gone up 1,000,000% in price in only 623 days. It's about a year and a half. Who does it better? Nobody. Nobody does it better. I mean, look, I won't tell you I hate bragging because I kind of like it, but I deserve it, man. Oh, I didn't use that leg anyway. My God. Just dropped a giant plank of wood on my foot. Whew. After the stream, I'll go straight to the hospital. It's fine. Gosh darn. I've never shown you guys my full Louis Vuitton collection. I spend so much money on Louis Vuitton that they actually fly me to Paris, put me in a hotel, €2,400 a night hotel, to try and sell me more stuff. $150,000 pool table, $50,000 pool cue, 50,000 euros. You got to mark that up 14% to get the dollars. Then, you know, €155,000 sneaker container that just holds sneakers, trunk that holds sneakers. You know, I like it. I buy a lot of stuff from these guys. I got this bag back here. This bag costs about $30,000. Maybe you could get it for $25,000 if you could get it at all. They sent me a cake for Christmas. I like that company. They make nice stuff. But hey, it's not as expensive as the watches, right? I mean, $3 million on watches, and I got some new ones coming. Wait till you see my new watches. You're gonna love it. Why is everyone saying I'm not wearing pants? Look, they're pants. Check it out. See? Pants. You want it so bad? My God. You guys, I tell you, you just wanted to see my butt. What's the best coins to get into? I don't know. I'm the founder of Hex.com, 1,000,000% in under a year and a half. Went pretty good. Check it out. You might like it. Chat disconnected. What? How? F5? Something went wrong? Did they just pull my stream? I bet my stream just got banned. Yeah, my account doesn't exist anymore. Great. Oh, sucks. Why? I didn't even say any of the keywords that would get you banned. And even if I did, you just get a strike, not a ban. Let me look at chat. I can't look at chat. Chat's dead. Chat disappeared. God. I just literally got banned on live stream. Yeah, I'm cut off. I'm cut off from the world. Well, guys, remember how I told you earlier that there's some people that don't have your best interest at heart? There's some people that don't really care about you. I care about you. I want you to do well. These guys that are deleting channels, I'm communicating with you. We're having a consensual, awesome relationship. Someone jumps in the middle and is like, nope, no more talking. Censorship. Hey man, First Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of assembly. First Amendment, not the 10th Amendment, the First Amendment. And we just get shut down right here like this. We're gonna find a better way, guys. Yep, got rug pulled right in the middle of the stream. It was such a great stream, firing on all cylinders. It's probably illegal to look that good. Because if you want the best, you're gonna build it yourself. This is the motherboard. This is the piece of hardware that lets all the devices talk to each other. Now, as a man, I hate checking instructions because you're cooler if you can do it without them. And what you find is a lot of people in software, because software scales very easily. If you can serve one person, you can serve millions. And it doesn't cost anything extra to make those copies of the software. And it also allows you to do things that, I mean, are unthinkable. Like, you know, right now, all of our money in the world is software. So if you like money, money now is just software. The vast majority of economic energy in the world is sitting in zeros and ones in your bank. It's not actually printed.
So that was another sneak peek there of some footage that was made in highest stakes but didn't make the film. I think it would have been, I don't know, what do you guys reckon, a better film? Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a lot of that sort of stuff. Yeah, I could have made a very different film, but you know, it was okay. It was okay. But yeah, looking forward to the sequel. They could really do well there. And I've called the sequel, if they're going to use highest stakes, PulseChain Rising, because I think that's going to be pretty awesome. Although I think the title today, PulseChain Set to Rock, SKYROCKET, is pretty good too. But man, it's going to be pretty fun. We know that Wreck and Rochelle is doing some stuff there with the highest stakes crew from the looks of it. We may see some big announcements coming. That may be around that going on Netflix or something. We shall see. But certainly things happening in that space, and we'll find out soon enough with the highest stakes. Could be pretty big, right? Big PR, particularly in a bull market. The timing is perfect, right? Now, the other thing, of course, is don't forget to check out. Brendan says party scene had my vote. Says Brendan, he liked the first scene there. Yeah, that first scene there. They probably pulled it back for PC versions there. So yeah, if you haven't checked out, like I say, check out Richard Hart's dog's Michi meme. I think it was pretty awesome, and the community is next level. Honestly, if you're after a really active community that's got a really cool vision for the future, and based on something that Richard, is close to Richard's dear heart. It's definitely Michi's one for you for sure, particularly in the bull market. Meme coins run very, very nicely. That's the website there. You can check it out. And of course, that is the price chart there on Deck Screener. Check that out as well. And of course, you can join the community there on Telegram. That's the link there. Of course, Michi there is looking amazing. And thanks, IC33, one of the leaders in that community. Big shout out there. So that's the Telegram. Join up today. Get in there and let yourself be known. And of course, finally, what else we got there on the X? You can get the rest of the socials on X there as well. Now, big shout out to everybody that joined the show because we reached 500 followers on X. As you guys know, I'm building back again. I used to have an account with back, I can't remember how long, was it a year ago or something? Had about 5,500, 6,000 followers on it. But we're building back because, these social media companies, just like Richard got rugged, I got rugged on X. And so we're building back up again. And so it really does help if you guys follow and share the channel around. But we're set for growth. We're doing so many cool things. Just yesterday, our promotional lead, MVS there, launched our new Monster PulseChain weekly Monster update. That was pretty awesome. In fact, we might have a quick look at that too while we're here, because that was pretty exciting. Before we wrap up the show, we'll definitely have a look at that. So that is pretty much covering all the latest things in the last week on crypto. And we've had a huge response to that. It has been absolutely huge overnight. So congratulations, MBS, for putting that together. A beautiful idea of the monster thread there from the Crypto Night show, right? So just another cool thing that we're doing, trying to help play our part in PulseChain. That's pretty exciting. You guys got to get excited too. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's quickly check that out on the thread here. This is the thread here, PulseChain's weekly monster thread. And this is the first version every week. We're planning on putting these out. And it's covering a lot of the best things that have happened on the chain every week. Of course, we had Richard Hart's legacy video, Ivan on Tech out there, Rack and Michelle, the Grays currency doing some good stuff out there, a lot of rebranding and boosting. We had Function Island, Crypto Banter, Somi, of course, Relentless videos, and Toshi Incognito. Lots of teams there. Then we get down to some, really we're going right wide out into the community. And not just the big names which do amazing things, but also to the little guys out there as well, to the medium guys, to the other people out in the community. We're reaching far and wide, right? Because there's a huge community in PulseChain. A lot of people only in little parts of it, right? Little parts of it, don't even know about other parts, but the community is ginormous. And we're bringing that into this monster thread, right? This is very important that, a lot of people get seen and get a voice. And so it's a big deal. We've got Tiger, Crypto God, we've got Crypto Coffee, we've got OG Web Chef, we've got Emmett, Farm doing amazing with the Emmett Farm there. We've got Magic Carpet Ride. We've got Krath and Panos. We've got Bankser. And we've got Mincoin Rally like Michi as well. It is pretty exciting. And we go on. We've got PulseChain Conference. We've got in there Crazy Calls 369. Awesome TA. We've got new Block Explorers. We've got so much stuff. All brought to you by the Crypto Night Show. And big shout out to MVS for putting this together. Amazing stuff, right? And this is what we're bringing more and more stuff to PulseChain. And what makes this a success? You guys make success. What you guys are doing, how you guys get involved, and of course, getting out there, spreading the word for people that are really trying to add something to the chain there. Now we've got lots of cool projects in the chain as well. In the monster thread, we've had Michi, of course. I've covered that today. We've got obviously other projects like Nakamoto, like Radon as well out there doing some cool stuff there. Dark Horse, which you guys have heard me talk about before, is absolutely incredible. And then also Emmett Farms, which has got to be one of the top yield farms on PulseChain, right? Absolutely doing a great job there. We've got PUSD ALGO we talk about often as well with the big stable coming, algorithmic stable coin coming to PulseChain. And of course, yours truly, the Crypto Night Show out there as well. And our team there, including MVS, our promotional lead, and many others. There's many others in our crew that are doing a great job for us as well. So we are really a team. There's no I in a team. There's just a team. And we're doing a great job. So get out there as well and spread the word there on that one. So looking pretty bullish. So kind of cool. I'm going to post this link in the chat as well. You guys can repost it, give it a good read and repost it as well. That really does help a lot there. So that's the Crypto Night Show. Let me just type that in there. Crypto Night Show, PulseChain, Monster Thread, and you can check that out. Now, if you want to get involved, you can hit either myself up or MVS and get into next week's promotions, right? So you can get into that. So if you're doing some good stuff out there, you can check it out. So contact us for the options of getting involved with the Monster Threads. If you're a team out there, definitely do that. Now, if you're also running, you don't have to be doing, projects. You can be out there doing community initiatives. If you want to get yourself in on the Monster Thread, you can contact us as well. So we're doing professional promotions there. So it's going to be exciting, folks. We're ramping up. We're really helping a lot of teams, get the word out there, and that's a win-win for everybody, right? So exciting stuff ahead. And this is how we're playing our role as well. So I hope you guys enjoy that. That is the Monster Thread there. Check it out today, and of course, repost it and all the good stuff there. Leave comments, and of course, save it there. Put it on your bookmark as well. That helps a lot with the algorithm. So get out there, and we're going to make a difference over on crypto. The bull market is upon us. It's going to be pretty fun. All right, I think that's pretty much it for the show. We got peace out from Brennan. Peace out to you as well. And we got any more comments in as well? We've got a couple of people partying on there. All right, peace out. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's show. We've got some big streaming interviews coming up this week. Some big players are going to be on the show for some interviews. So look forward to that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Take care, everybody. I'll catch you on the next show, and enjoy the week ahead. It's going to be pretty fun. And of course, PulseChain there set to skyrocket. Truly is looking very good. Valiant says, as always, Superman and all, many thanks for all the fun and alpha. You're most welcome. A big shout out there. All right, I think we're going to finish the show. Peace out. Bye for now.
This here's a party room. This is nuts.